This was the sound of a successful internet connection less than 20 years ago. Can you imagine if we had to hear this noise every single time we Googled something on our phones? Luckily, things have evolved quickly with the web. I really like technology and finding out about what the next big thing will be. You know how every rich entrepreneur says that their job didn't even exist when they were young? Well, that's what brought me to this subject. I think that exploring the history of the web and its possible future will help me understand the impact that the internet has on the world. The web, as we call it, is a virtual network platform in which information can travel around the world in milliseconds. It's the fastest growing industry in the world. In 1995, there were 16 million users, roughly the population of Ecuador. Last year, there was a reported 3.4 billion people using the internet. That's nearly half the world's population in 20 years. Here we have a pie chart that shows the percentage of all internet users around the world, and a bar graph explaining the percentage of the population that has access to the internet. Here we can see that North America accounts for 15% of all internet users, and 75% of the North American population has access to the internet. On the other hand, we have Asia that accounts for roughly 43% of all internet users, yet only 20% of the Asian population has access to the internet. That's pretty cool. There's another interesting fact. 95% of all the money in the world is digital. The rest is in physical cash. This shows us just how powerful and relevant the internet is to a globalized economy. Having access to the internet has become such a staple of our daily lives that we can't function without it. What do you do when your internet stops working? Anyone?
Josh, what do you do when your internet stops working, besides cry?
I usually go to sleep.
Mr. Hamilton, is that correct?
Yeah, sometimes I just have to unplug the internet.
These are all temporary solutions. This just shows we can't function without the internet. We can't just go to sleep 24/7 if we don't have the internet. Before we take a look at Web 3.0, let's take a look at the history of the web. Web 1.1. During this phase, lasting from 1990 to the year 2000, the focus was primarily on building the web, making it accessible, and commercializing it for the first time. And it worked. Millions of people around the world got computers. This stage of the web was known as the phase of information. There were millions of static pages where people could read information. And that was it. Another thing that Web 1.0 introduced was e-commerce. Sites such as eBay were meant to present products to potential buyers like a catalog or brochure, and then sell it to them. The second stage of the web, or Web 2.0, took place from around 2005 to the present day. It was, and still is, the phase of communication and user-generated content. It emphasizes on interactions, collaborations, and the sharing of information. Social media is a major part of Web 2.0 as it accounts for user-generated content and communication. What is Web 3.0? Well, in short, Web 3.0 is the third generation of the World Wide Web. As an extension of Web 2.0, it'll be a more personal and connected web, where computers can distribute information specifically tailored for the user. If Web 1.0 was the web of information, and Web 2.0 was the web of communication, then Web 3.0 will be the web of connectivity. Here's what I mean by connectivity in the web. In Web 1.0 or 1995, it was simple. There was a producer that made content for the consumer. That is as simple as you can get. Then in Web 2.0, or now, everybody's producing and consuming things. If you've ever posted something, commented on something, or shared something, you're a consumer and a producer. Over here, you can see everybody's consuming and producing content and talking to each other about it. Now in Web 3.0, or semantic web, an artificial intelligence or computer will analyze the data for later use. I'll explain that later. Here's an example. Let's say you're going to your friend's wedding, you're the best man, you're wearing your suit, you're walking to the wedding, it's 30 minutes from now, and you step on this huge puddle. You basically mess everything up and you need to get a new pair of shoes. With Web 3.0, you'll get your phone out, you'll tell the AI that you need a new pair of shoes for your best friend's wedding, and it'll tell you where the nearest shop is, what sizes they have of the shoe that you had, and if it's available or not. We can't do that right now, but it's going to happen. Everything will be quicker, more efficient. Web 3.0 will capture, store, analyze, and visualize data, and use this information to anticipate the needs of its users. So it's basically going to control supply and demand of things. It's going to tell the shop owner, oh, this guy needs this shoe. Be prepared. Things will be a lot quicker. I hope that this TED Talk has brought light to the history of the web and its possible future. Good night.
So Bruno, are you afraid of the future of AI?
Not really, but them controlling supply and demand is quite a scary thing.
So who owns the information if this AI is controlling everything about my life?
The CIA?
Or the NSA? Thanks, Bruno.